Hello, my name is Bryce Hasty, and tonight I'm going to be demonstrating on how to thoroughly deep clean a trumpet. There are three main steps to deep cleaning a trumpet. The first step is going to be simply disassembling the instrument. I've already have a lot of the components disassembled here and laying on the counter. I'm going to go more in depth with that in a second. The second step is to soak the instrument and all of its parts in the warm water, which you have mixed with Dawn, which is our second step. You're going to mix that up, get it lukewarm, and then you're going to place all the parts in there and let them soak for no less than an hour. And after that, we're going to take the instrument out, we're going to dry everything off, make sure we get all the soap off with water, and then we're going to reassemble and then we'll be done. Alright, so let's get into our first step a little more in depth. We're going to finish removing all the pieces of the trumpet. I have the mouthpiece, which I'm going to remove in place here, and I have the tuning slider I'm going to remove. So now that all of your components are disassembled, we're going to take them and gently set them in the warm water. We're going to take all the components that are here on the counter, except one, and I'll show you that in a second. We're going to set everything in, and we're not going to put the valves in because they have felt in them, which can get messed up if it gets wet. So we're going to leave those out. Alright, so the main purpose for this demonstration is just to show people who use instruments how to clean, because a lot of people don't know how to clean their instruments, and it's a very crucial part of playing your instrument and taking care of it. You have to maintain your piece of hardware that you're using day in and day out. There can get a lot of excuse me, there can get a lot of gunk that gets built up to where it makes it harder to play your instrument, and then you can't play as well. So it can drastically change how the instrument sounds and how the instrument performs, and it can also change how you perform and how you sound. So, while this is soaking a little bit, you don't want to do for less than an hour, but for our sakes, we're going to say an hour has passed. And the reason it only needs to be about an hour, or no less than an hour, is because you really need to get time for this Dawn soap to do its job, to get degrease, you want to get all that gunk and stuff out of it. That's why it's best to leave it for over an hour. Some people leave it in there for overnight, which is to me the best option, but for our time's sake, an hour will suffice for our purposes. So, we've let them soak for an hour, let's say, and we're going to remove, and we're going to grab a cup of any size, and we're just going to make sure that this soap gets down in there, and all the soap is going through every part of the instrument, and it's all there. So let's say we've done that with every piece. Now, the instrument's done soaking. Now all we have to do is rinse. So, I can remove the stopper and let all the water drain. Now while I'm doing that, I can rinse all the soap out of the instrument with a cup, whatever. Just make sure you get all the soap that is in the instrument, make sure you get it all out. You don't want any leftover soap. You want to make sure all the soap is removed from the instrument. So we'll do that with these pieces. With the main body, set that there. We have all the tuning slides we can do that with too. Make sure you get all that soap out. Maybe give it a little shake here and there to make sure you get all the soap out and all the water. Set it there. Just going to go through that and do that with all of our pieces of equipment, all of our components of the trumpet. Make sure everything's deep clean. Get all these pieces out. Set that one here. Alright, so that's step 2 done. You've soaked your instrument with soap and water, with warm soap and water. And the reason you don't want the water too hot is you don't want it to mess up the instrument. It can damage the metal. So you want to keep it at a lukewarm temperature. But now that we've completed that step, our next step is to simply dry and reassemble the instrument. This is best done with a towel or a cloth. It doesn't really matter. We can do that real easily. All we have to do is make sure we get all the water off, because you can leave water spots which aren't harmful, but may look a little worse than what you're wanting. So, we're going to reassemble the instrument. Make sure every piece is dried off while we're doing that. Doesn't take a whole lot. Put all the components back together. And you just want to make sure you're kind of drying as you go. And just put all the components back together. Alrighty, and once you get done with this, you've completed your deep cleaning of the trumpet. Thank you.